Let's be clear that what's happening right now is not deportation. In fact, today's headline in Al-Jazeera News was the U.S. is in all-out kidnapping mode and no one is safe. Abduction by the state is the new norm in the so-called land of the free. Abduction by the state. So deportation is a process. It's a process where someone is identified as potentially being in the country illegally or having violated their visa or green card in some way, and then through due process is given an opportunity to argue the allegations against them, and if found guilty of whatever the violations were or of being here illegally, that individual is then deported back to their country of origin. That is not what is happening. People are being taken into custody and not given due process, simply being sent away, not back to their countries of origin, but to detention centers and prisons. The Advocates for Human Rights wrote, "Make no mistake, this is not deportation of dangerous criminals. This is state-sponsored kidnapping without due process and a slippery slope that puts the human rights of all in jeopardy. With this effort, the Trump administration is seeking an end run around even the most basic human rights standards, turning to widely condemned and shameful tactics from the shadows of history. It asks the American people to believe that our country is at war with migrants and accept destruction of human rights as a necessary weapon in that fight. Destruction of human rights. So if people who are identified as non-citizens are being abducted, not given due process, being sent out of the country, and then being told when there are administrative errors that lead to their disappearing, that there is nothing that the country can do, what is to stop them from abducting citizens and not giving them due process to prove that they're citizens or to argue whatever allegations have been made against them before they too are sent out of the country and the United States has no jurisdiction? Now, this is upsetting on many levels, but I will tell you that this week I have sat with several transgender individuals who have shared their absolute terror that because of their gender identity, that they will also be abducted and put in detention centers or sent away without due process, without an opportunity to advocate for themselves, without an opportunity for the people in their lives to try to protect them or defend them. I had a client tell me as they were sobbing that every good moment that they have now, they try to file away in their brain in case they need to call upon it should something happen to them. Should they end up isolated in prison, tortured, or possibly